shorten it because it sounds really fancy. We shorten it to CBT. And basically, it's a type of therapy.
Sounds like a disease.
It's a type of therapy that focuses on the present time. And we focus on the goals and achievements that you would like to accomplish now. Like with what you're struggling with, it sounds like stress. We're going to address that. We don't really go back into the past. And basically what we do is look at your automatic thoughts and how that affects your emotions and how the emotions affect your behavior. And then we try to see if we can't change that to reach the goal that you want to achieve. Does this sound like something you'd be interested in participating in?
Sure, yes.
Okay. Well, great. Good deal. So, if you don't mind, I would like to hear a little bit more about your work situation and maybe kind of go through some things that are stressing you out.
Okay.
See if we can't prioritize and come up with an agenda to do for today's session due to time restraints.
Okay, well, I mean, obviously I manage a restaurant, and with the same company now for about 20 years, and I've got a new boss, and he's kind of really making me stress out a lot, because, you know, with running a restaurant, you have thousands of things that you have to do in a day's time, and you know it's a constant go. A lot of stress involved with that. But then the kicker is the new boss he is relentless. He's always just trying to add more and more and more things to do in a day, and he's never done my job, so therefore he doesn't quite understand that one person can't do so much, you know, and he's a very stressed out little man himself.
Okay, so he doesn't really understand what it is that you do in a day's time,
Right.
And it sounds like his expectations are up here,
Sure.
whereas what you can get done, even if you had a cape,
Right.
is like a whole lot lower than what he expects for you to do. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and you know he's just, it's like constantly somebody right there in your face and calling you constantly, and you know, I need you to get this and this done, you know, and it's almost impossible to do. And then, of course, like I was telling the doctor that, you know, then, I mean, I go home and I mean, I feel like I have to have a drink just to be able to calm down from, you know, being really stressed out at work, and then, you know, of course, my wife doesn't understand any of that at all. She's never ran a restaurant or dealt with a relentless boss, you know, so her and I kind of get into it and fight a little bit, and, you know, and I mean, we're starting to do a lot of arguing and everything.
Which doesn't help the cause at all.
No, not at all.
So it sounds like your work stress is causing you to drink more, and the drinking is causing you and your spouse to have more arguments, which is just a chain of chaos and more stress added.
Yes.
And not to mention, your doctor said something about your blood pressure was a lot higher, your cholesterol levels were higher. Could you tell me a few more symptoms that you have been having? How's your sleep? Have you been getting enough sleep at night?
I get some. I mean, but obviously, you know, you lose sleep. I mean,
how about your appetite? How's your appetite been?
Well, I mean, I eat, but, you know, it's eating on the run, and, you know, it's probably not very good food, you know, just whatever you can grab and run real quick and eat, so, you know.
So it's affecting all these things.
Sure.
Well, you mentioned something about your boss. He's not done restaurant work before ever?
Well, no, he's never actually ran a restaurant. He's always just, you know, he came straight out of college and started managing, you know, 5 or 6 different restaurants as a market. So, I mean, he's never actually, you know, he's the officer behind the desk, not the soldier in the field.
Right. That's very well put.
So.
And that's got to be frustrating
Yeah.
for you, especially when it sounds like you're doing everything you can, and it's just not enough. You also mentioned something about feeling inadequate. When I got the referral, I saw that the doctor was talking about how you were having depressive symptoms and talking about how you were starting to feel inadequate as a restaurant manager.
Right.
Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, I've never felt like that, but you know, it's I just can't meet his expectations, and that, I mean, he's just really, you know, making me feel inadequate, and that, you know.
So you do feel inadequate now?
It's like, yes, absolutely. I you know, I just don't. It's like, maybe I should be getting everything done, you know, and I mean, can a normal person do this? I don't know, you know. So that's kind of where we are with that.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have a lot on your plate. There's a lot that we probably need to cover, and we're not going to be able to cover all of it in one session. So if you're okay with this, we probably need to pick one thing to prioritize just for today's session. Is that okay with you?
Sure.